Hello and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today I'm doing a remake with a twist of triple butter bars, and it's wonderful. It has mango butter, shea butter, cocoa butter. It's just buttery goodness. And then for my liquid portion I add buttermilk powder and heavy cream powder in there to just makes it super rich. The lather, it's creamy, it's wonderful. So the twist is I use a different fragrance. Every time I make this bar, I do sort of similar colors. I'll start with the color. I take this matte yellow oxide from Crafter's Choice, which is Wholesale Supply Plus. And then I go from darkest to lightest and do 3 colors to sort of signify the triple butter of it. And my scent change this time, I'm going to use Bergamot Mandarin. Oh, really nice. It's gentle, citrusy. It's just luscious. And I just thought it went with the soap. So that's my twist on this remake of triple butter bars. So I'm going to pull everything together. I'm also going to be using my mulberry silk in the lye solution today. So I'll get everything pulled together and let's come back and make some super luxurious triple butter bars. And I just wanted to show you my hard oils and butters here before I get them melted. I like to measure my hard oils first, melt them, and then add my liquid oils to cool it down. It gets it to soaping temperature faster. So I've got my cocoa butter, mango butter, and shea butter, along with coconut oil and organic sustainable palm. That's what's going on in here. So I'm going to get this melted down and we'll get moving on. So I've got my liquid oils poured over my melted butters, and now I'm going to add my additives. So let's see what we've got going on here. I am going to add, because this is buttery and yummy, so I have this heavy cream powder. I'm going to add probably about a tablespoon, so this is a little teaspoon measure, so I'll do 3 of these. Okay, so a tablespoon of cream, and we'll do a tablespoon of buttermilk. Whoops. There we go, buttermilk powder, because, you know, this is triple butter. I thought buttermilk powder sounded awesome. So there's a tablespoon of buttermilk. My regulars here, my kale and clay. This is 2 tablespoon measure of kaolin and a 2 tablespoon measure of colloidal oats. And I also have my fragrances already in here. And once I get these blended in, I'm also going to add my matte yellow oxide in here, because we're going to lighten it up as we go with the titanium dioxide. So we'll get that blended into the oils before we even head to our lye solution. So let me get these all blended in, anchored in with the fragrance, and let them sit for a few minutes and just really absorb in here. Here's my color. We'll go ahead and put a nice rounded teaspoon in and see what that gives us. And I can add more if I need to. So these have sat for a few minutes. The color, I like it. It's a nice like golden buttery color, so that'll be the darkest color here. And to my lye, let me tell you, I've got my mulberry top silk in here that Epic Stargazers gave to me as a sample, and I'm really enjoying that. I also have a tablespoon of organic cane sugar and some sodium lactate. So that's what's going on in my lye solution. Of course, all my milk additives are already in here. So let me stand this up. This is going to get a little full here today. I got a bigger than usual recipe for my butter bars. These are just so wonderful. And I have a fun time. I do a different, this is the same recipe I restock, but I do a different fragrance every time. And that's fun for me to do. So I'm just going to give this a real quick pulse with the stick blender, and then I'll hand stir it if I need to, and we'll split off for our colors, which is simply going to be just adding different amounts of titanium dioxide to get different colors of the yellow. Okay. Oh, this bergamot mandarin smells wonderful. It's very just, it's a pretty fragrance. I mean, when I say pretty, I don't mean feminine, I just mean really nice. I don't think fruit is feminine. So I'm going to kind of try and do a semi-even split here. And that's the nice thing about these poly pitchers. You can get them on Amazon. There's a link below. They have measurements on them. They're not precise, but for eyeballing, you know, if you want about a third, you can eyeball it off pretty close. So I really like that, because I am not good at guesstimating. I rely heavily on measurements. Some people have fantastic eyeballing abilities, like they can look at something and go, oh, that's about, you know, a cup or whatever. I don't have that. Whatever talent that is, I'm missing that. All right, so there we go. Let's see. That one. All right, yep, that's pretty close. So I'm going to make this, I'm going to just save off just a teeny bit for the top that I'm not going to stir, just a little. And then I'm going to stick blend and get the bottom layer in, and we'll get to moving from there. I want to try and get a nice medium trace on here before we pour it. All right. Hop that over there to wait, and get this poured in the mold. Such a lovely golden buttery color. I like that matte oxide yellow. It's just really straight up simple. All right, that's looking good. Okay, on to our next, and I don't really have a measure. I'm just going to do one nice big squeeze in here and see how that looks. We'll give it, that's my titanium dioxide, give it a little blend and see what that gets us for color. I want it to be different enough to tell that there's layers. Maybe just a little more. Go. That's looking good. So I'm going to hop my blender over here to my last layer, and now I'm going to kind of do a pointy swirl, pour. Of course, if it doesn't break through, it's not really even breaking through the surface. So you know what I'm going to do is I'll just run my hanger through and do a choppy swirl, and that'll be cool. been 24 hours. I did put a blanket over this, let it go through gel phase last night. Our buttery triple butter bars. and they smell fantastic today. The top is a little bit dull, so I've got my handy dandy clothes steamer out here warming up. I'm gonna get it out of the wood mold, and then we'll go ahead and give this a steam to shine up these pretty tops. It's funny, the center loaf is gonna have a different swoopy top. I don't know, I just couldn't get it to go the right way, but I think it's gonna look fine once it's all cut. All right, that took less than 2 minutes, and it's boiling, steaming, and ready to go. So I'm just gonna bring it along here. Just gonna steam this up and get it nice and shiny, and I'll let it sit for, 45 minutes to an hour to dry off, so it's dry to the touch before I take it out of here and slice it. So there's a nice shiny top. It's been about a half hour or 40 minutes, and you see the nice shiny top, and it's dry to the touch. So I'm going to go ahead and get this lovely buttery soap out of the silicone mold here. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking. All right, let's get it in the splitter.